That's right, PSU banking stocks in focus on the back of a massive fundraising spree. So let's take a look at what happened in March, right? We had COVID, banking stocks crashed, whether they were PSU or private. What then followed in the few months following April, May, June, we had a series of raises from the large privates, right? So everyone from Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, all raised large pools of capital in the billions of dollars. And this was in essence a war chest for any NPA trouble that could come their way, and also fuel for future growth, given that institutional investors were looking at the banking space so closely at that time. What was very interesting and also a missing part of the puzzle were that PSU banks on the converse side of things didn't really raise any money. There was not a single announcement from any of the PSU banks, at least the notable ones, an SBI, a PNB, a BOB, a Union Bank, where they said that they would be coming forward and raising money. And this raised a lot of questions about PSU banks. Why are investors not looking at them as seriously as their private counterparts? Are they indeed looking to grow anymore? Is there going to be a recap this year or not? There's many factors, or perhaps the NPA situation might have been significantly worse for the PSU banks than it was for the privates. These were all reasons people were thinking about, right? Now what's happened is in this late stage, where in the month of December, PSU banks are finally stepping forward and saying, we're going to raise money. Canara Bank has just completed a 2,000 crore QIP. We now have PNB that announced they're looking at doing 7,000 crores. IDBI Bank has said they're looking at doing 2,000 crore. Bank of Baroda has come forward and said they're also looking at doing a raise. Union Bank has come forward and said we're meeting on 30th of December, that's in 15 days, to possibly conclude a 6,800 crore raise. So suddenly, we have 4 announcements in 1 week from PSU banks regarding the fact that they are going to look at a serious capital raise. What we've also done is gone and taken a look at the valuations and then the capital adequacy for some of the leading PSUs. So SBI's capital adequacy is just shy of 15. Bob's is just shy of 14. It's 13.26 actually. PNB is 12.84. A Union Bank is 12.38. Now the valuations, Can Bank 0.5x price to book, Punjab National Bank 0.3x price to book, Bank of India 0.4x price to book, Bank of Baroda 0.4x price to book, Union Bank of India 0.3x price to book. So these are all obviously very low ball valuations. They've not really run up PSU banks. As we know, even SBI still trades at 0.5x price to book. So the idea is that the valuations are low, and that while capital adequacy is sufficient, PSU banks too now need to play their role in the future growth of key sectors to the economy like agriculture, SME credit, micro, MSME, and it looks like they're raising money now to fuel the next leg of growth that will come out of the economic rebound. It'll also be interesting to see with the budget around the corner whether there will be a recap this year and how much money these banks will be allotted. But for now, what can be said about this week is that it's been a fundraising spree, but for the PSU banks, not the private ones.